Good afternoon. An asylum seeker who raped a vulnerable teenager in Elgin has been sentenced to 9 years in jail. Rapuala Ahmadzi from Afghanistan carried out the attack in the town's Cooper Park in August last year after approaching the girl and making intimidating remarks. He was appearing at the High Court in Edinburgh for sentencing. The court was told there was a dispute around his age, but he would have been around 20 at the time of the attack. The UK government has raised the inheritance tax threshold for farmers following a series of protests by the sector. Initial plans would have placed a 20% tax on assets worth more than £1 million if they were passed on, a move which farmers said would push them out of business. The tax will now kick in at £2.5 million. The First Minister is warning us to only go to accident and emergency if there is a genuine emergency. Speaking during a visit to NHS 24 and Scottish Ambulance Service staff, John Swinney warned that services are set to be exceptionally busy over the festive period.
We obviously want to make sure that the hospital capacity that we have available is for the patients that really need it, and there are other ways in which access to services can be obtained at local level and through online approaches. And with all of that, we have significant capacity in place to meet the challenges that winter always throws towards us.
Members of the National Union of Journalists at STV are to strike in the new year. The union is in disputes with the broadcaster over compulsory redundancies and plans to end the North edition of its News at 6 programme broadcast from Aberdeen. The regulator Ofcom is consulting over the proposal. Staff will walk out on the 7th of January. The company says the launch of STV Radio on the same day won't be impacted. A Dundee charity is helping families reduce the amount of food waste this festive season through local cooking sessions. The Roundhouse Community Kitchen has been working with children and their parents throughout the year to teach them how to cook better on a budget.
We're a food waste project here, and we take surplus food and turn it into community meals. But one thing we find here is there's lots and lots of food waste. We are trying to not only just give people community meals that we've batch cooked, but give people the skills to be able to cook themselves and maybe think of ingredients in a different way.
And it's time to have a look at the weather. Here's Sean.
Today's forecast: seafood and sugar cube towns. TUI sponsors STV Weather.
Very good afternoon to you. I've got great news for you as we head into the Christmas period. The weather's looking lovely and quiet, probably the quietest weather we've had for Christmas for quite some time, although we could see a few fog patches in some spots as well. Now out there today, we've got some showery outbreaks of rain, particularly around northern and eastern coastal parts, also parts of the Hebrides as well. Elsewhere, mainly dry with sunshine. Your afternoon highs about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. Now, as we go into tonight, that rain continues across the Northern Isles. We'll also still hang on to some shower outbreaks over the Western Isles, but for most of us, dry with clear spells, a little bit chilly in places, but tomorrow, plenty of dry and sunny weather, but on the chilly side. Bye-bye.
TUI sponsors STV Weather.
That's all for now. Sharon will be back at the later time of 6:30 with your evening news. Have a nice day.